Welcome back to another episode of Unranked Podcast. We got Grant, got Eli here with me as well. What we're gonna be doing today is talking about the Detroit Lions and just their obviously in the middle of training camp, preseason going. We'll just kind of dive in and talk about things that you like, things that we're optimistic about, maybe a little pessimistic about overall. And Eli, I'll throw it over to you. What have you like just as far as training camp, things you've seen, just on social media, just what you've read? How you feeling mid August so far?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think anybody who's familiar with Lions football, and just kind of how it goes, this is by far one of the most optimistic times of the year or seasons of all time, I should say. So just looking at what we have, the pieces we have, the new weapons, whether it's the Jameer Gibbs
Yep.
or Porta, uh, Brian Branch, I think you it's great to see some of the picks that we had and start to show why we picked them, throughout the various draft parts. So that's kind of the first thing I like about them. Well, I guess first and foremost, it's great just to see a team that I'm rooting for back in action.
For sure.
uh,
It's been a
and
long
then
summer.
yes, yeah, yeah, since the final buzzer of the NBA draft or the NBA draft too, but it's just kind of a little bit dicey since then. But no, just to get back to it, it's just uh, I'm optimistic. That's kind of my biggest thing. Jameer Gibbs looked great. He, you can see why you picked him. You see the highlights coming out. Whether he's, I think that was against the Giants. The video that was surfacing of him kind of taking a linebacker up the sideline, burning him.
Yep.
Um, that he's gonna be a mismatch nightmare as far as that
Yeah.
type of stuff goes. Out of the backfield, lined up in the slot. Um, a little bit of motion, trotting him across. I'm not really sure how you're going to defend that in action because he's obviously a great runner as well. So
Yep.
see what Ben Johnson could cook for him. Laporta, he had his moments too, had his flashes. So overall, I love it. I
Oh
was
yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Once kind of a little shaky, then we got our feet wet, started moving, started going.
Right. Yeah. You think like yeah, like I told you before we hopped on there, it would be like that was solid little win in preseason. It'd be nice to kind of have a better quarterback back there to kind of have things go a little bit smooth. But yeah, and I think just kind of going back to training camp, there's been a lot of optimism. Just it sounds like a lot of these younger guys are getting reps with the ones. You've been hearing. I've been watching quite a bit of Dan Campbell's like press conferences, and he's just been talking about how a lot of guys have like been like earning the right to like take reps. With the starters, everybody from Campbell, Laporta, Gibbs, even hearing Branch, kind of being in the mix a little bit here and there. I mean, they'll be able to move him really all across secondary. I
Yeah,
think he plays everything at a pretty high level, nickel, safety on the outside. So yeah, we just got guys with versatility, in different spots and places that I'd be excited to see, what kind of transpires. Probably don't need to say this, but I'm still a little iffy on the Jack Campbell pick, but we'll see. It might be wrong. Might be
yeah.
wrong. But
No,
I think
completely agree. I
overall,
completely agree with you on that.
yeah, that was
If
weird.
we had if we had mine, but if we had Kalijah Kancey in our training camp right now,
I
I
think
would
he's
feel
all pro.
a hell of a lot better.
Yeah. And I
Yeah, no,
think even seeing Broderick Martin, that's a big boy. And
yeah,
he just
yeah,
just fills up space. Like that's, hopefully they get him, trim him up a little bit, throughout the season. He could definitely, that's like a double team waiting to happen pretty much
yeah.
every time, every play. So we'll
No,
see. I'm optimistic.
he's a massive dude. Massive. He stands out for sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you on the Jack Campbell thing. I think I'm gonna question that for quite a while. I think he has. We don't have to harp on it for too long, but the one thing he has going against him is I truly think there's a dude like you said that's a future All Pro right behind him in the draft.
Right.
Um, is even if he's works out to be a couple time Pro Bowler and does his thing, I think this guy could be kind of lurking in the shadows, and we could be like, damn, we could have Hutch and him.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that D line in 2 or 3, 4 seasons? I think that's like we talked about. I don't know how you could draft that, but or block that. Outside of that, I think um, I just like the videos that we're seeing as far as when we're competing against other teams, other units.
Mhm.
Uh, it looks like we're you're hearing about St. Brown putting in work, getting open, going, so he's kind of in his prime, which is entering season three.
Yeah,
He's
I
been around the
think
block times.
15,
Got
1,500 yards.
some Pro Bowls under his belt. That's why I'm getting ready to go. He's ready for that breakout season where, uh, where he's kind of already on the map, but it's coming and you still can't stop it. I think he's kind of going to be in one of those zones for a while. So hopefully golf can continue to get it to him.
Open
Uh,
all the time.
yeah, a couple other weapons spread
Yeah.
around, and with him getting his groove, and hopefully Jameer Gibbs be ready to go. And I know the kind of the big X factor question mark is what when Jamo's coming back
Yep.
and what he can kind of what he'll be coming back to as far as the state of the team, state of the unit. Hopefully by that week 6 we'll be sitting there at above 500, like you know, sitting there at 3-3, 2-4. That's kind of the goal you're hoping, and then him kind of coming in and kind of being that gasoline for the whole entire situation, and
Hmm.
kind of blowing top off the
Yeah.
offense, bringing that new excitement, re-energizing, and
Hmm.
but there has been some, he's got to put together a serious string of games to stay
Yep.
healthy, and I don't think you can question the talent. It's just whether he just got to be out there to prove it. And that's kind of what we still need to see is just a string of games. So hopefully you go ahead and get this off your back and come out. And that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah. No, I think. Yeah, I think like I said before we came on here. I mean, it'll be it's great now. He's able to like get these like game reps. It's unfortunate that I would say they're game reps. So it don't really matter who's out there. To be being honest, like I feel like it's you know running against people in practice. I mean, yeah, those are like high quality reps as well, obviously. But it'd be good that he's getting. I think you said 60 plays last game. I'm hope they're gonna be running them again. Probably do it. Hell, I mean, next 2 games. Why wouldn't you? Because like I said before, he helped on here. He's gonna be out of the building at least from what I've seen and heard until week 4. So don't know what the engagement looks like when he's not in the building. So I'm glad that he's getting that run um and like I said earlier, or when we talked about before we hopped on here, like I think worst case scenario, he can get out there and just run. Just like I think he can
Decoy.
kind of put it together a little bit. I think hands they a little sound like they're a little shaky, a little inconsistent here and there, but I just think he's gonna be the ultimate like just creating space for everybody. If he
Yeah.
just stay on, he's trending in the right direction. You can just kind of keep that up and find a way to keep the momentum going into the season, like when he gets to come back.
Yeah. No, I think you cannot, like I said earlier, you cannot question the talent. He seems to
Hmm.
be there. He's explosive when he gets the ball in his hands.
Yep.
Uh, he's a playmaker. And he looks different when he has the ball in his hands. He looks like he's kind of playing at a 1.5 and everybody else is playing at regular speed.
Hmm.
Kind of think back to some of those him hitting them slant routes going 60, 70 yards at
Bama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Seemed
Crazy.
that seemed very on a regular basis, which is why we jumped out the window to go get him. And I think, he does. I don't know. I guess have a little bit of sketchy hands. It is what it is. Once he gets the ball, you could not
Hmm.
deny what he can do with it.
Right.
But I think um, so. Just getting on the field, staying healthy, and then I think just not trying to overthink it, not trying to do too much. I think in that drop he had in the preseason, he probably was looking ahead a little bit, trying to worry about the end zone, worry about step 2, 3, and 4, not step 1 of getting the ball. And
Hmm.
I think that's just a detriment to a receiver. So
Oh yeah.
I
Now.
think you also can't have too many of those because then it get in your head and you start more or less messing with yourself.
Hmm.
So I think it was good that he kind of rebounded shortly after and went
Yep.
and got the 2-point conversion, um, and
We got
kind of a
we
nice
got
little.
we gotta take it easy before he end up like Ebron and be we gonna scare him out of here, man.
Yeah, right.
Ebron
Trade him, and
left
then
and
he made it. Then
He
they lead the
might
league
let
in
with
touchdowns
the
next year.
touchdowns the next season. Like
Hey, I used to
so,
have I used to have this dude I worked with that was a Colts fan, and he'd be like, that's because Stafford throws it too hard.
Stafford was just,
No, he was like,
but yeah,
no, it was just funny as hell. He was talking about how golf or not, how Andrew Luck be throwing the soft dime.
soft feathery joint. Yeah, just making it
It
catchable
was funny as
ball.
hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for sure. You can't put too much pressure on him as far as that goes. Kind of get him a little derailed because
Yeah.
he is a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player. It's just it sucks that they didn't appeal those 6 games. I kind of think maybe you could have got a little peeled back. Um,
Like
but
three, got down to four, maybe.
they want to make an example of them boys though when they start doing the gambling, even if it's not within league or not within whatever. I just think they want to try to make a precedent that you can't be
Yeah.
willy nilly about this type of situation. Um, so I don't know. I don't. It doesn't fit the
You're
crime.
right.
You're one of the first couple people to make an example of you.
That's a shield. That's a shield because eventually it's gonna be out of the league. Like it ain't gonna stop. It's eventually gonna be like I think it's gonna be like it's just like indefinitely if it starts to just continue to kind of trickle in here and there. But yeah, you're right. They just want to make an example and just show them like we really don't want you on there at all. That's what they.
Yeah,
That's the
because you
ideal
suspended,
scenario.
you probably lose out on that money, right? So I mean, I don't know what he making, but that's a good little 30-40% of your salary right there. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Yep.
So that'll get the point across.
Right. Yeah. No. 100%. But yeah, I just think even too like the receiver depth. I think there's gonna be some good opportunity there. Got some guys. I mean, even one of the undrafted guys. I think his name was Drummond from Eastern Michigan. I heard that he been doing pretty well in practice. Marvin Mims. Heard he's a little tad bit banged up or something like that. But I don't even know if I really I was all that tuned in the preseason. It's hard to like they just be throwing bodies out there to kind of figure out who was what
Yeah,
and where. But I don't know if I even saw him out there a ton. And if you especially at quarterback, probably wouldn't even get no look either.
yeah.
So
No, I mean, I'll be honest. I watched it pretty intense the first half, and then the whole second half they was complaining about tornadoes in my area, so I could
yeah, I could even yeah.
kind of turn it off after a hot minute. But um, yeah, so I don't know. I do think that is probably one of the bigger question marks on the squad as far as if you're going to talk about unit by unit would be the receiving core.
Mm-hmm.
I think you obviously St. Brown one of the strong points, but you look at without Jamo 2, 3, 4. I think
Got
you got a yeah.
Marvin
I mean
Jones.
yeah, you got some pieces, but
Yeah, okay.
um I think it's a little thin. It's a little
There
yeah.
ain't no juice
I
though.
think you
Like
need you need Jamo in there. It's a little thin
yeah,
without him because I yeah
because even St. Brown just more like possession. Like I don't
yeah.
think I've seen him catch a pass longer than like 30 yards. If I'm being honest, and I
Agreed.
think
And I guess I'm kind of put my foot in my mouth because I do think maybe Jameer Gibbs can kind of spice it up.
yeah,
Have him out there
that
as kind of like
is
running back receiver, um,
absolutely
and you know,
offensive
and then
weapon.
yeah, just weapon. Yeah, no, but I think to con, to think week 7 we could be out there with golf leading the charge, Montgomery,
Well, track
Gibbs,
meet
yeah, Jamo, Laporta doing his thing, St. Brown. I think I think that'd be nice.
serious.
I think so. Uh, you know, defensive. Hopefully, you're playing the second half of how you did in 2022.
Yeah,
And
they got some depth on the D line, like the Okora brothers. Like, and we can just
mhm.
say, very aware it's only preseason, but I think they both combined for like 6 sacks, and just the it ain't like they ain't nobody they like run against air. You know what I'm saying? Like these is like guys that
Yeah,
like essentially
anybody
belong
that
here.
if you look that dominant in preseason, that's going to trickle into
Right.
to
Like if they give me 3 sacks the first 2 weeks of the first game of the season, it's like yeah we probably won that game pretty handily. And that's
yeah.
like some second string cats that what I'm saying that's they just in the rotation. But I do like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be pretty hot on here if that D line we start getting gashed a little bit here and there, be a little upset about that. But I
Yeah.
think we got solid little pass rush. I just don't know if I see what we're trying to do. We're trying to, speed on the edge, on the outside, offense, defense. I just think that like I hope they just think they confident that we got the guys there already. But I just think I still wish we could have gave the good Project Martin dude. He might play a little more, but I wish we could have got us a. I think Cancer would have been a bona fide. We already know what Carter would have been. We already know what he would have been, but you know,
We are.
he got that out the gate. That first step was like, come here, start. He blew that guard
No,
up.
no, we know what he would have been. I think Kansas there was a little bit of question marks there, but there's also a lot of signs pointing to he could be something. Um, More signs, in my personal opinion, than what we're pointing towards Jack Campbell, who I think you probably very well could have got with a later pick that we had anyway. I was looking at some of my drafts and he was going like 38, 45. Like,
Yeah.
so I agree with you on that. Another player, and just because obviously I'm a homer, but Mozzie Smith. Um, I was seeing some videos him out of Texas, out of the Cowboys, and
Yeah.
he was
Holding
looking
his
good.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just another guy that I think you could have used both of them to really solidify that D line and take that
Yeah.
that unit to the next level where people are looking at you as how they look at the 49ers or how they look or a few years back or how they look at the Eagles last year or how uh,
Jets, like
yeah,
just eight deep, like
yeah,
just
just unit after unit, yeah, unit A and unit A1. Yeah,
Mhm. No, that's a fact. So yeah, like I said, I think we might. I like what we're doing. I think we might be overthinking it just a tad. I think we're trying to like. I like our identity. I hope we don't get too much out of our identity. So I think overall we're in a good spot. I think we're gonna be running that ball, establishing that line of scrimmage, and letting golf just pick them apart when they try to load that box. I think
yeah.
we trend in that right direction. Since September 7th, it can't get here. September 2nd can get here too, but September 7th, I'm pretty geeked about that one.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a hype game. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I do want to see what Jack Campbell do. That I do think
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest question mark I have of the draft right
Yeah, for
now.
sure.
Yeah, just kind of. I think that'd be, you know, kind of
I
the one
I
thing that
need
you really
him.
because I think Branch has proven he's gonna be
Yep,
solid already.
he's second
Like
rounder, so like that was a
already
steal,
less pressure. Already less pressure.
right? With
Yeah,
Campbell, for me, I'm like
yeah. You
starting.
want to be the steal of the draft or the stretch of the draft? You want to
Yeah,
be. Yeah,
you better be in that you know starting lineup. So I think that's like the expectation. At least I'm seeing. Um, with where we essentially drafted somebody, we probably could have gotten the third or the fourth. But I'm excited.
the third.
I'm optimistic.
That aside, but no,
Right.
I
That
100% agree.
that
I 100%
aside.
agree with you. I am excited, and that's all that
Yeah.
we're in. I don't think the success is right now is leading
Right.
that, but if
Right.
he can give it to program sooner rather than later, that'll help the situation.
Yeah.
Um, that linebacker room, um, and we had a seventh round dude starting last year, and
It's a
he
little
was
tighter this
obviously he
year.
was solid, but him like we said
Gotta be
at some
better.
point there, if he could narrow that down to half the snaps he had last year, but be that much more just explosive when he's out there, I think that'd be more beneficial to everybody because he had hit his moments too.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's the best Lion squad we had in a while. They are
Yeah.
probably. I mean, I don't want to say our lifetime for sure, but probably damn our
Well, I
last.
haven't I haven't had
It's
these
hard to say that.
expectations.
It's hard to say that prematurely, but this is
Yeah.
potentially the best one we ever had. Definitely the most hype we've ever had as a team going in.
Last playoff win 91. So like I haven't had any expectations of us winning more than 10 games since I've been alive. I honestly don't even like the Caldwell years. I think he got a lot out of us. You know what I'm saying?
and
So
we
yeah,
got yeah. I don't care. We got an asterisk next to the Cowboys playoff game.
We do. We would have been that divisional, giving somebody the business. That team was man. No, you're right.
But no, we can't leave it up to chance this year. You got to go get it. Go to. I think everything's pointing towards the other teams look to be not as strong, a little more down. And we on the upward trajectory. So,
Yep.
uh, yeah, no, I agree. And if not now, when? I think golf is playing out of his mind, and he just got he replicate what he did last year, where we go. Everybody else got pick it up a smidge. Dan Campbell pick it up a smidge. I think we
Right. Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's go time this year. You can't lead a season or finish the season 6-2 just to whatever they did, 8-2, just to lay an egg. So I'm looking forward to that week one matchup with the champs.
yeah, no, for sure. You got anything else for the people?
That's all I got. We'll be back with y'all the next few weeks, just touching on the football and the season, both seasons will be here before you know it.
Yes, sir.
Talk soon.
Peace.